It's the moment that you all have been waiting for. A check to be given to members of the group to purchase a ice machine for your group here in this community. Not too long ago, the Fisheries Division, we were at Castlebrose, where we did not give monies for an ice machine, but we signed an agreement where we received some funding for the Castlebrose fishermen to purchase some fishing gear and tackle to help them. And in the next couple of weeks, we'll also be doing another one in another fishing community. So that says that the Fisheries Division of fishing seems to be differing these days. I don't know how it's happening, but it seems to be differing these days. I wanted to say a few things about here. I won't be long. Those of us who know for a little while who's been to Fort Saint-Jean, I know most of you come from that area, will remember the most important landing site on this coast really was Fort Saint-Jean. And over the years, that has shifted. It has moved across to Stowe, maybe because of the physical characteristics of the beach, so that's a little bit of a problem. Sometimes these things do happen, and a lot of you now have come across to Stowe to begin your fishing operations. Now, I have checked some of the records myself, and you can prove me wrong. At Fort Saint-Jean, the records indicated that we were landing about 95,000 pounds of fish annually, a year, right? And I checked the records here, and I see that on average, I just checked it and confirmed with some of you that you landed in excess of 100,000 pounds of fish over the last year. So that says that with just a few boats, about 25 boats fishing 2 or 3 times, 4 times a week, it says that you have been doing more than what we really anticipated with just a few boats, given all the challenges that you have. Now, you're getting money to purchase an ice machine today that is going to help you. The question is, how beneficial is ice machine going to be to you? It's very simple, it's very easy. One of the most important components required to keep fish clean, healthy, and wholesome is ice. You need to lower the temperature of the product, because fish is a highly perishable product. So if you have ice on your fish, especially when you just catch the fish, if you can go out to sea, put the fish on ice, half of your problems in terms of quality is solved. That is a very important factor. So it now means that you not having an ice machine, you'd have to traverse into Roseau every day, from what I see and what I know, get ice from Roseau, and come to your community, put it on your boat, go out to sea. That's a lot of headache. So a lot of that headache is hopefully will be resolved. And we know that for a fact. We also want to note that through what we've been learning and what we've been seeing, that a lot of people have been coming here to purchase fish for exports. I have documented information that you have at least 3 or 4 middlemen who come to buy fish from here to export to Antigua, Tortola, and St. Martin, and also for local consumption. And I also know that you also have quite a few young people who are involved in fishing in that community. And that seems to be the trend all over Dominica now, a lot of young people. We know that some people are doing other things, but let's focus on the fishing. We have evidence that a lot of the young people from this community are involved in fishing. So in essence, we can say that the ice machine is going to be highly beneficial to you. It means that you're going to have more fish, more employment, and you're going to be a healthier community as well. The fact that you're going to have this ice machine, you'll be motivated to go out to sea to catch more fish. I know that you've had some challenges, and I know the PAL rep has been working on that for you in terms of your bay, how it's designed, and we'll have a little discussion about that later this afternoon. So I want to already say I'm very happy for the opportunity to be here to witness again yet another opportunity whereby you can receive some monies to put towards a worthy cause. Now, that money, I know Dr. Darroux, you might have some problems with me if I say that. That money did not come from a pie in the sky. When you get this ice machine, you have to take good care of this ice machine. It's taxpayers' money. And this has been facilitated by the government of Dominica. And some people think, well, somebody give them a check and it doesn't come from government or whatever. This one we know came from the government. It's facilitated by the PAL rep, with the support, hopefully, from the office of the Prime Minister, whoever the case may be. This is a government-funded ice machine that you're going to get. So you have to take this into consideration. So don't say the government is doing nothing for you. The government is doing for you because you have an opportunity now to get an ice machine funded by the government of the Commonwealth of Dominica. With these few words, I will now call on your Mr. Cook, Kevin Cook, who I believe is an executive member, to say a few words.
Just one thing I'd like to say, like, for the past 7 years, I've been fishing here. I mean, I'm young, so I'm new to the game. And then the ice machine, the purchasing of that ice machine, like, it would be a lot beneficial to myself and other members, other fishermen around the south. Because to purchase ice from town is kind of costly for us on a daily basis. I mean, certain fishermen are faced with the stress of it because some of us don't have our own vehicles, and then we face with that. So this ice machine, I believe, would be very beneficial to us. Yeah, thank you.
Good afternoon to the Honorable Dr. Kenneth Darroux, Minister for Health and the Environment, Mr. Riviere Sebastian, Chief Fisheries Officer, members of the Dubique Stowe Fisheries Group, other fisher folks, the media, and other invited guests. One of the aims and objectives of this group is to act as an agent for its members in procuring fishing gears, tackle, fishing accessories, and equipment. Over the years, we have been encouraging our members and non-members to improve the quality of fresh fish that they make available to the public through the use of the flake ice. But sourcing the ice has been our greatest challenge. This ice machine will be serving 24 members, of which 16 are boat owners, other fishermen in the Fonseca area, and the public by extension. This site has been supplying, as Mr. Riviere said, fresh fish to the wholesale, who in turn ship to Saint Martin, Tortola, Antigua, among other Caribbean islands. And in closing, the Honorable Dr. Darroux, you can be rest assured that this equipment will be well maintained, and the profits generated will be used for maintaining the equipment along with the fisheries building and the surroundings.
Let me, of course, recognize yourself as the Acting Chief Fisheries Officer. Let me also recognize I like to call him my right-hand man now, Ian Cridges, who is attached to the Ministry of Constituency Empowerment as a project officer for the South. So although he deals with a lot of the other infrastructural projects and stuff, I felt it, I like to take him around when I do these things, so he kind of has an idea as to what is going on. Of course, the executive president and executive members of the Dubique Stowe Fisheries Group, and of course, GIS, the media. Let me just say this is a very simple, short, and sweet ceremony, but I think very significant. And it's been a few months, I know, since I think a few executive members of the group approached me, for assistance in procuring this ice machine. So that's taken a few months in coming, but I'm really happy today as a member of parliament, and of course as a fisherman myself, although I haven't hit the waters in a few months, okay, but I think Mr. Lauren will tell you that this used to be my landing site once upon a time, And I brought in quite a few pongs, Mr. Sebastian, and the 1,000 or so yearly pongs you mentioned, or 100,000 or so pongs. Okay, I'm sure that I have a few pongs yes, among that big figure. But this is a very familiar area to me. I mean, even before this area became basically the #1 landing site right now in the south, it was a very popular area for bathing, and we'd come across from Petit Savannah and other areas to bathe. Because as you rightly said, while Fonseca had been the traditional landing site for fishing in the area, over the years we've seen an increase in fishermen landing their catch at Stowe. And again, as you rightly said, I guess because of the whole topography of the area, this is a natural sheltered bay, and that is one of the things that gave me the impetus really to see how I could assist in the procurement of this ice machine. So while it's a very humble, modest amount of $40,000, it is quite significant. As Mr. Sebastian said, these are funds that come from the coffers of the government of Dominica for the proceeds of the CBI. Either way, it is in tax revenue. This is state money, your money, people's money. That is now going to be given to you to procure this ice machine. And I have no doubt, I've known the members, I know each and everybody sitting here. I've known some of the executive members longer than, of course, others. And I know that most of them are serious folks, okay? And I have no doubt that this ice machine is going to be properly maintained and will go a long way and be used to what it is, what they say it's going to be used for, and also the maintenance. Of course, just in also before I close, you mentioned that we plan to have a short meeting afterward, because I know the members have been also requesting a meeting with myself as a member of parliament and the fisheries division. And if I got you here, I think it will be a good opportunity to just meet. They have expressed other concerns. And let me just say that I remember when I became a member of parliament for this area, that that this area was one of my pet projects, and I really had a vision for this area. I remember working with an overseas entity, and we really felt that at one point, that this project was really going to come through to really transform this place, not just into a landing site, but into a multi-purpose location, because we felt that apart from fishing, this area we felt had potential for tourism. I remember when Jungle Bay, before Erica wiped out Jungle Bay, a number of the Jungle Bay guests, I think, would come here for snorkeling. I've been told that this is really one of those really not so popular but yet to be discovered diving sites, sorry. So I really had great plans for this area. I'm still optimistic. I'm sure you know about the project and with our Japanese counterparts. I'm still optimistic that somehow, somewhere, that we can still pursue this project. I remember just prior to Eureka, we had seen a flurry of activity in terms of of our Japanese friends coming in and consultants, etc. So I'm really hoping that you, as the Chief Fisheries Officer and your new minister, can maybe try to revive this dream, because I had a vision for this area really that really would have transformed this area. But that being said, prior to this meeting, and in fact I'm meeting a few of the other members, in doing my little wrongs, that they would have expressed some concern, as they said to me, with the landing site. Let me just give them the commitment that we're right now at the financial year end, and we're soon going to go into budget discussions. I would have already made a request for fisheries assistance. Let's just put it on the general caption of fisheries assistance of over $500,000 to the Minister of Finance. Of course, most, if not all of these monies would have been carried for assistance to fishermen, both new and existing fishermen, for assistance to buy the boats, new engines, etc. Okay, but I think that will be part of the discussion afterwards, to see how we can probably try to rechannel some of these funds. Depends on, of course, the estimates of what is it that they want done here. What they want done here. They've already mentioned extension of the locker room, this facility, because clearly, when this was built, it was probably built for just Roland and Kevin was fishing here at the time. But clearly, for the past 5-7 years, we've seen this really steady, increase in fishermen. And so clearly, this facility really cannot accommodate the number of fishermen. So that's one of the things I can commit, as I said, into as soon as the budget is passed, into sourcing funds. So just rest assured, as a fisherman myself, two fellow fishermen, that we will see. I cannot promise to turn this place into a fisheries complex, like my plans were, with our Japanese counterparts overnight. But I can commit into doing what we have to do to make it a bit more accessible and a bit more comfortable for the fishermen, because I know what it's like, to having a boat being moored overnight and heavy rains and come, to have it, waterlogged or sunk in the following day. So let me just commit into doing what I have to do. Of course, we have to think of getting the proper estimates, the proper figures together, so we can know what we're looking at. And rest assured that I will pursue it to the best of my ability. But I'm really happy to be making a start. I think while I haven't really been to this area, stopped by. So I'm thinking that it will be a good point for reunion. Okay, and maybe you'll be seeing a bit more of me, at least enough, especially after the equipment is bought, just to make sure that everything is going okay and all of this. I really want to thank you for your patience, especially Mr. Moses, who has access to me, message me now and then what's going on. I'm sure maybe a couple of times he would have been he would have given up hope. So I'm sure when I messaged him and told him, and I actually took a photo of the check for him to WhatsApp him to him, so you don't think that I was fooling him again. But just rest assured, as I tell people, that as long as I'm the member of parliament, as long as we continue to see a success in government's income program, especially the CBI, which is what the funds are being used to do, to develop to such developments, the village roads, community roads, small business, okay, fishermen, fisheries, etc., that we will continue to see, we will continue to put back this money into developing and bettering our people. So you have that commitment from me. But I said I'm really just happy to be here and at least to make this small, modest start. And let us remain optimistic and prayerful that this is the beginning of many good things to come in the near future. Okay, and thanks again for your patience and your cooperation. Thank you very much. Yeah.